All right, so we're going to do our first set of sample problems. The one thing you need to know when you're doing sample problems is you need to use something called the guess method. So guess stands for, well, we have G, U, E, S, S. And I'm going to show you that in each one of these problems that we're going to do. G stands for given. U stands for unknown. E is for the equation you're going to use. S stands for solve. That's where you do your algebra. And S stands for solution. So make sure you know that. It's on one of the papers I handed out to you, but just so you understand what that stands for. The equations that you should already have on your equation sheet that we've put on the board just to check. S, speed, is equal to distance over time. Average velocity is equal to displacement over time, change in position. A is equal to the change in velocity per time, which is VF minus VI over T, which we can solve it in various ways, but that's one equation. D equals 1/2 AT squared plus VIT. However, most of the time we don't use the VI, just note for you, but that's the real equation. And the last one is VF squared equals 2AD plus VI squared. Again, we don't usually use the VI. The thing to notice is that you'll see that I put a D here and I put an X here. That's to distinguish between them. But really this D is delta X. So D can stand for distance, but then lots of times we shortcut it and we make D equal to displacement. Either one could work. So you just have to know which one's which. And I know it's a little weird, but just bear with me. It is about the same. Okay? So let's try our first problem. So I'm going to skip through our equation. Back over here, our first problem. It says on day 1, Jane travels 340 miles in 8 hours. What's her average speed? So G for given. And I'm going to use D since I know I'm going to do speed. But again, you could do either. She's going in one direction. It doesn't matter. T is 8 hours. And our unknown in this case is S equals question mark. The equation that we're using for this one is S equals D over T. Because this is already solved, there's really nothing to do. We just leave it alone. You don't put numbers in yet. I put the numbers in for the last one, right? So these two can look the same, and you can even write them as E and S if they're the same. But sometimes we have to solve for something. So in this case, it was super easy. It's 340 miles per 8 hours, which comes out to be 42.5 miles per hour. Or you could write it as MPH. Either one would work. Never write M, right? Because M is meters and MI is miles. Okay? So the next one, if a runner increases his velocity from 0 to 20 in 2 seconds, what is his average acceleration? So I see 3 numbers, so let's do our given. And I see meters per second. This is where your units table becomes useful. Oh, I know meters per second is V. VI. I stands for initial, remember that? And F stands for final. Some of you had chemistry would know that. So VI is 0 meters per second, and I know it's V because it's meters per second. And VF is 20 meters per second, and I see the seconds there, so I'm like, oh, that's time, is 2 seconds. So my unknown is A. I know it says average, but that's the only kind of acceleration we know how to do. So now I got to think of all the equations I have, and I go back and look, and I say, okay, what equation has V, T, and A? Go, oh, I found it. It was that third equation I had written down. So it is A is equal to VF minus VI over T. Again, it's already solved. So if I want to, I can just put an S there. And so then I do the solution. Please go down when you do it. I just ran out of space. So A is equal to 20 minus 0 divided by 2. Put your units in so you can check what your units are. Notice that the seconds comes to the bottom. So we have, this is a little confusing. You have meters per second over seconds. But a meter per second over second is the same as, maybe I'll do it here. meters per second times 1 over seconds. So this becomes 10 meters per second squared. Nothing cancels. The 2 seconds just go together. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's look at this one. So we have a car. It's brought to rest at a distance of 484 meters using a constant acceleration of -8 meters per second squared. So 484 meters, -8 meters per second. What was the velocity of the car when it first began to accelerate? So let's just start with what I know, because sometimes you just don't know where to go. So in my given, I'm going to have d. I know it could be a delta x, but let's just use it as d. It's only if we're really worrying about displacement versus speed that we need to distinguish. So we're going to make that 484 meters. And then meters per second squared, I know that's acceleration. Now remember, negatives have meaning, and this negative just means it's accelerating opposite the way it's moving. All right, so it's moving the opposite the positive direction, I should say. So it could actually be speeding up in the negative direction. But in this case, it is speeding up in the negative direction, but it was moving in a positive direction, so it's slowing down because they're opposite. What else do I know? And that's the only numbers I see. So then my unknown, what is the velocity of the car when it first began? So that's initial, so VI. Problem. I don't have an equation with dA and VI. I don't have an equation with dA and VI. Do I know something else? It looks like my equation, I do have equations with VF in them. Oh, and it says right here rest. So I have to remember that rest means 0, right? So that means that VF is equal to 0. Okay. So then I can look at my equation and go, okay, so I have the equation VF squared equals 2AD plus VI squared, which looks like a really scary equation. And remember, I said lots of times VI is 0. In this particular case, VF is 0, right? This says VF is 0. So I'm just going to cross that off to make my math easier because I know that's 0. So now I got to do the algebra. Some of you, the algebra is really easy. Some of you, it's hard. Try to do it on your own and then come back. So pause the video, try to solve for VI on your own, and then you can check it. If you're really struggling, then follow along with me. Okay, so hopefully you did this on your own, but I'm going to show you step by step how to do it if you need it. So I'm going to, because I want to get this by itself, so I'm going to put it to the other side. So I'm going to subtract VI squared minus VI squared from both sides, because that will get rid of this and this. So I'm going to do this one short step at a time. So that means I end up with negative VI squared equals 2AD. Then I'm going to get rid of the negative simply by multiplying both sides by -1. So times -1 times -1. So when I do that, that gets rid of this negative. So now I have VI squared equals negative 2AD. But then I got to get rid of the square root. So get rid of the square, sorry. I'm going to square root it. So that will get rid of the square. So now I have VI equals the square root of negative 2AD. So now, because I ran out of space, I'll come over here. So VI is equal to the square root of -2. And I know it's tempting not to put your units in, but put your units in. It make sure that you're doing it right. So -8 meters per second squared times 484. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of space. 484 meters, right? And so I'm going to plug that in my calculator. So the negatives cancel, which is good. That means I'm doing something right, because if I cancel those, then I can do the square root. So 8 times 2 is 16. I'm going to have to plug the other one in my calculator. 16 times 484. And then you take the square root, and that should come out to be 88. But now we got to figure out what the units are. So notice I have a meter and a meter. So I have, but it's under square root, so that becomes meters squared. So I have meter squared over second square root. So that means it's meters per second, which also is good because I know that VI is in meters per second. So there we go. That is one of the hard problems. If you can do that problem, that's as hard as it's going to get. It doesn't get harder. Don't panic. It doesn't get harder. That's about as hard as it gets. That's probably the hardest algebra question. So if that was easy, awesome. You should be able to do all the math. If that was really hard, be okay. It might just take you a couple months to get there. Just keep trying. You will get it because you're going to do enough practice. All right, last question. A kangaroo jumps to a vertical height of 2.8 meters. How long will it be in the air before returning to Earth? Oh, that's a really weird question. Let's see. Well, meters is D. Okay, I know that, right? So I'm struggling because I'm like, I don't understand. Okay, D is 20. And I know how long. Okay, I can do that part. T equals... question mark. I want to know how long. So I have this kangaroo. Okay, I can't draw. He's a kangaroo. All right. Yeah, he's got a tail. I don't know. Anyways, he's going to jump up and he's going to jump down. And because I don't like negative numbers, I'm just going to worry about this half of him falling down because I know this distance is the same as this distance, and I know this time going up is the same as this time going down. So I can figure out that and then just double it. That's easier. It's probably the easiest way for me to do it. So I'm going to have him start here. So I know when he gets to the top, I know that V is 0, right? Because you have to stop. We talked about that. He has to stop when he gets to the top. So I know that the VI, therefore, is going to be 0. And you'll see why I chose the down as opposed to the up. I also know everything's going down, so I can make down positive and then make my math much easier. Now, I know that when he's going down, he's falling down, I know he's accelerating due to gravity. So I know that A is equal to, and I know 9.8, but we're going to use 10. So A is equal to 10 meters per second squared when you're falling. Okay, so as long as you're falling and you're on Earth, it's going to be 10. Technically, it's negative, right, because it's going down, but because I define down as positive, I'm making it 10 meters per second squared. Got it? So now it becomes really easy. Oh, and of course I said it stopped at the top, so VI equals 0. So now when I pick my equation, I find one with the T in it, and the A in it, and a D in it, right? So there's only one equation that has all those things, right? That has a T, a D, an A. It has a VI in it too, which is fine. So that's the D equals 1/2 AT squared plus VIT. And so this is 0, so don't worry about that. So again, stop, pause the video. Try to solve it on your own. Try to do it first. Okay. So now I'm going to do it with you. Hopefully you figured it out. So this is already gone, right? So I don't need to worry about that one. But I need to get this T by itself. So I see this. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 and divide both sides by A. So 2 over A. Because that gets rid of this and gets rid of this, right? So now I end up with 2D over A equals T squared. I need to get rid of the T squared. So just like last time, I take the square root. So a little easier, still not super simple, right? But again, it doesn't get any harder. So I end up, I'm just going to put the T on the left because this says T equals something. So T equals square root 2D over A. So then I can plug in my numbers. So this is the solved step. And so then my solution step is T is equal to, let me see if I can move this up a little bit. Oh, look, more space. Let's make it a little neater so you can actually read it. All right, so T is equal to the square root of 2 times 2.8 meters. Again, I'm putting my units in so I don't forget them. Divided by 10 meters per second squared. Check your units. Meters cancels this time because they're on top. This is like what if you're looking at the unit, just so you can see it out here, you have 1 over second squared, so that comes to the top. So you end up with second squared, but it's under a square root, so that'll go away. So that's good. So it comes out seconds. So it's equal to 2 times 2.8 divided by 10. Plug that into your calculator, and you should get 0.74 seconds. And we're done.